Hey everybody, Mike Chavez here once again. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Alright, a while back, last year, I made a cast iron pizza. And I think I made it on I made one on my Pit Boss pellet cooker. And I made one on my char-griller 980. So today, we're going to make a cast iron pizza. I think I did one on this before too. So we're going to make it on the char-griller Acorn Auto Kamado. Okay, so we're going to fire this thing up at a really high temperature. I'll show you how I'm going to set it up. We're going to go inside. I'm going to show you how I made my dough. This is a real simple dough, no knead dough. You don't have to knead it, all that happy stuff. It's fermented overnight. So I'll let y'all check that out. And then we'll make our sauce fresh, and I'll show y'all how I'm going to put this pizza together. So y'all stick around. This is going to be good, y'all. Cast iron pizza on the char-griller Auto Kamado. Let's do it. Alright then, y'all, so let's go ahead and make this pizza dough. This is going to be a really simple pizza dough. Okay, all you need is bread flour, yeast, salt, and water. So I'm going to scale this out. We're going to weigh this. So you need a kitchen scale for this. Kitchen scales are pretty inexpensive. So let me turn this one on. Alright, got it on pounds and ounces. So I'm putting it on here, tear it out, bring it back to 0. So I want 11 ounces of bread flour. So I got my King Arthur bread flour. So we want 11 ounces. This is for one pizza. Okay, there's 3 ounces. 5 ounces. 8. 10. 1 more ounce. Okay, you want this pretty exact. A little more. 10.8, 10.9, 11 ounces. Alright, so we got 11 ounces of bread flour, so we can get rid of this scale. So, the recipe calls out for a teaspoon of yeast. So I got here some active dry yeast. And we'll put 1 teaspoon. So make sure your teaspoon's nice and level. There we go. Sprinkle that around the top. Then the recipe calls out for a teaspoon of salt. So I got some fine sea salt. 1 teaspoon. Alright, teaspoon of salt. Get your wooden spoon. We'll mix this up. So now, recipe calls out for 8 ounces of hot water. Alright, so our water is at 108. That'll work. So you want to go ahead and pour all this water in at one time. There we go. Then we'll take our wooden spoon, give it a mix. So this dough is going to be sticky. We'll give it a good mix with our spoon. So you want it warm so it helps that yeast activate. So there we go. So we're going to knead this just a little bit. Get all that flour worked in. Okay, now most pizza doughs you got to sit there and knead it and knead it and knead it. But in this case, we're gonna let this ferment in the refrigerator overnight. So let me go ahead, give this a little knead. All right. So it's nice and sticky. Get this out of the way. So while this is in the refrigerator, it's going to be fermenting, and all the flour is going to hydrate really well. So I got a little container here. I'm going to spray a little olive oil in it. Don't need a lot. Go ahead and put this into a ball, drop it down in there, put the lid on. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. So the recipe says 12 to 24 hours. So I'm going to get this dough in the refrigerator and let it ferment. Alright y'all, see you tomorrow. Alright y'all, so I put the dough together last night, put it in the refrigerator. So I think it was like 9:30, something like that, when I put it in the fridge. So here it is, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The recipe says to leave the dough in the fridge 12, no more than 24 hours. So that's what it looks like right now. So we need to bring it out and let it sit at room temperature for at least 30 minutes or so. Leave the lid on there. Let it warm up. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go out and get the cooker set up, because we need to let that cooker preheat quite a while. So let's go outside for a minute. Alright then, I put 2 tumbleweeds in there. And kind of move this around a little bit. Put the grate back on. Put my ceramic diffuser slash pizza stone on so it can get hot. So now, let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Let's turn it on. Whoop. There we go, it's at 102. I'm going to close the lid. Let's go ahead and set this temperature. I'm going to go 450. Because it'll probably climb above that. At 450, and they want the damper at D3. So we'll put the damper at 3. There we go. So I'm going to let this thing get hot. I'm going to let it preheat for about an hour. And then we'll bring our pizza out. So let's go get the pizza finished, put the pizza together, and bring it on out. Alright. Alright now, let's go ahead while we're waiting on this dough to warm up, to come to room temperature. We're going to go ahead and make our pizza sauce up. So when you make pizza sauce, you want to get you some good tomatoes. Now you don't have to get these. These are San Marzano tomatoes right here. Product of Italy. These come from Naples, Italy. You don't have to get these, but get good tomatoes. Don't get no cheap stuff. Pure tomatoes. We're going to use a little bit of salt. I got some sea salt here, some black pepper, some olive oil, and we're going to use some fresh basil. So I have some basil plants growing in the window, so I'm going to cut some leaves off of there. So let's get this going. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my immersion blender and blend it on up. Alright y'all. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and drain these tomatoes. Okay, I don't want a whole lot of liquid. I don't want this sauce to be real soupy. So we'll go through, kind of press out some of this juice. We'll save that juice for something else. But you want to get most of it out of there. We'll crush the tomatoes a little bit. Alright, we might need to add some of this back to the sauce, maybe. We'll see. Alright, so I'll set that back on the can here. So these are my basil plants right here. We got some, I want to trim off some of these leaves off my basil plants. Alright, so we got these basil plants also. Let me see, let me select some leaves off of here. A few nice choice ones. So alright then, so I got a nice handful of basil right there. Got my little container. So I'm going to take my tomatoes, drop them down in my container. We just need enough sauce for one pizza, so this should be plenty. Alright. Tear our basil leaves, drop them down in there. Lots of basil. Alright, take me about teaspoon, a little less than a teaspoon of salt, not too much. Cracked black pepper, a little olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or so. Get our immersion blender, get in there. Okay, we don't want it too smooth. A little bit chunky. All right, let's see what we got here. So there's our pizza sauce. Give it a little taste. Nice. So a lot of people, you know, you can buy jarred sauce if you want, but this is so much better, and you don't have to cook this. This will cook on the pizza. Got some leftover basil to garnish with, so we'll put that to the side. Our dough is almost there. So, alright, to get this pizza started, we got a big 12-inch cast iron pan. Been around for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and put some olive oil in here. So we're going to dump some olive oil in here. We'll get it spread around some. Take a brush. Get it coated well up on the sides. Use your own judgment, whatever you think. Okay, up on the sides. Alright, so I'm going to oil my fingers up a little bit so I can handle this dough. I'm going to go ahead and get this dough out. Bring it out. Spread it out. Just take your fingers, bring that dough on out. Alright, so I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to cover this with saran wrap, and then we're going to let this sit for an hour and a half. I'm going to keep the air off of it. So So we'll let that sit there, like I said, an hour and a half. All right, I got some mild or some sweet Italian sausage I'm going to put on this. So I want to cook this up first. So we'll probably need about half of this. So I'm bust it up, put it in there. So let me get this cooked up, and I'll put it on a plate, let it cool. Alright then, so our Italian sausage is cooked up. We'll get this out of the pan. Now I'm going to go ahead, I got some peppers and onions. I'm going to saute these a little bit. I noticed if I put them on my pizza raw, it'll make my pizza soggy. So I'm going to saute these veg up a little bit. See if that'll help with that issue. Alright, that ought to do it. Cut the heat off. Get these vegetables out of here. Alright. Alright y'all, this has been resting for an hour and a half. Get the saran wrap off. Alright, we're looking really good. You smell the yeast. So, we'll go ahead, get some sauce on here. All the way to the edges. Bring it back a little bit. And let the dog in. Alright. Now, recipe says we have some shredded jack cheese. So the jack cheese will go around the edges. So this should melt, get crusty, nice. Here. So the jack cheese all around the edges. And we got some shredded mozzarella. We'll put that in the middle, about half of it. Take our sausage. All right. Put down some pepperoni. All right. Get our peppers and onions. Put down a few mushrooms. All right. Put some more mozzarella on top. All right, y'all. So, let's get this out on the cooker, shall we? All right, so the cooker's running steady, 450, 453, which is fine. I like this thing get up between 450 and 500. So let's get the pizza on. I'll pop this open. Try not to lose a lot of heat. Get it on here. Close her down. Alright, we're going to let this go about 30 minutes, then we'll check it. And if we have to go longer, we'll go longer. So, I'll see you in 30. Alright y'all, it's been about 25 minutes. Cooker's holding steady at 450. So I'm just going to take a peek. I'm sure it's not quite done yet, but we're going to see what it's looking like. So let's pop this top. Ooh, I don't know. It's pretty close right there. See if I can see this bottom. Underneath. Oh yeah, this is done. We're gonna get this off of here, y'all. So I'm gonna take this off of here, take it in the house, and I'll see y'all inside the house. Alright y'all, so I brought this in, let it cool a little bit. So we're gonna put this on a rack, on a cooling rack. So let's go on, move this over. Going around, make sure it's loose. All right. Just dig in this thing with a spatula so we can get under it. There we go. All right, y'all, look at this thing. So let's get it off of this rack if we can. Onto the cutting board. All right, I get to try my new toy out. Haven't tried this yet. Got this pizza cutter a while back. So, Husam. So let's see how it works. So down the middle. Rock it. Down this way. Go this way. Alright, go this way. There we go. Let's see, let's find a nice piece. There we go. So there we go. Pan pizza. Looking awesome. Let's try this thing out, shall we? Alright y'all, here we go. Cast iron pan pizza done on the char-griller auto kamado acorn cooker. Look at that. Got pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, homemade pizza sauce. So, look at that. Bottom looks really good. If you see that. Y'all ready for this? I'm dang sure ready for this. Taste! That is awesome, y'all. Don't get much better than that. Of course, you know, to wash this down, you gotta have a ice cold and delicious frosty beverage of your choice. Cheers, y'all. Right on. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope y'all try this out. I've made this pizza before, only a little different method. I'll leave the link up top. Y'all can check it out. I'll leave some videos here for you to watch also, right here. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Thumbs up, comments below.